Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sport Show right here on Smash FM here on a Thursday night here in Melbourne. Of course, let's turn our attention now to swimming. We're heading to Oasis Otters Swimming Club. Of course, they're based down at Dandenong North, and of course, we got two very special guests on the show who we actually had them on the show. And of course, they both join us right now to tell us a bit about it after their training tonight, which was probably about a half hour or so. Thanks, both of you, for joining us.
All right, thanks for having us.
And I'll get both of you to introduce yourselves and tell us what events do both of you compete in.
My name is Brady Thomason. When it comes to swimming competitively, I mainly main in the 100 backstroke, 200 backstroke, and the 100 freestyle.
Hi, my name's Grace, and I mainly swim the 100 and 200 breaststroke and the 100 freestyle.
Now, a lot has changed since I last had both of you on the show, which I think was probably about maybe 2 years ago now, maybe 3 years ago. Tell us how has it been since we last had you both of you on the show about 2-3 years ago?
Well, besides from the COVID break that we had, everything's been doing pretty well. Training's been going smoothly, nice hard. Me and Grace, we've both amped up the training, doing another session over the start of 2021, trying to improve ourselves even further and hoping that this year can be a good comeback year.
Yeah, COVID was a bit of a unexpected barrier, barrier, yeah. But other than that, yeah, it's been good to have a little bit of a break. But to get back into everything's been really good.
I have to ask, have you done any competitions at all since the resumption back into the pool again?
Yes, very recently, I believe it was about 2 weeks ago, we had the Victorian State Sprint Championship, which was the first competition back. It was pretty early in the year, just before school started. And it was good for everyone to get that experience of competition again. And it definitely got everyone wanting more.
Yeah, it was a little bit interesting because it was only about 2 weeks after we went back to full training load. But other than that, it was really good to get back into the competition mindset.
Now, my question is, have state championships, is that already done, or is that coming up soon?
So the state sprint championship, which is all 50s, that is done and done for this year. But this week, in 2 weeks' time, there is the state long course competition, that's definitely something to look forward to, and it's the next state competition.
And how's the preparations towards that for both of you?
It's definitely been hard. You got to work hard in the pool if you want to reach your goals, and you definitely, I'm trying to aim for some pretty fast times, improve myself even further. So every training session is definitely, it kills you basically.
Yeah, adding the extra session has certainly been a challenge, I guess. But other than that, it's just the daily improvements that are really good, yeah.
How has it been returning back to the pool, and especially with all the protocols that goes with returning back to the pool and train?
Besides from the very start when we first came back, which shortened training by a complete hour, which made it only an hour session each day, everything's sort of back to normal now. Besides from, you usually have to wear a mask sometimes in walking in and coming out. Besides from that, there isn't really much or too much change for us swimmers, as we still got our lanes. We just continue what we used to do.
Yeah, we're not a contact sport, so it's there's not a lot of restrictions around what we're allowed to do. But yeah, masks and the 1 hour training at the start of coming back, that was a bit interesting.
Have both of you had a chance to sort of, during the lockdown to sort of reflect on what you've already achieved and what you want to do in the sport of swimming past this year?
Over COVID, we had this dry land thing, and it was more of use to keep a lot of swimmers into like staying with the club. It kept everyone contacted, and I believe what it did for me is that it definitely made me want to stay more. It wanted me, after I come back this, I want to push harder. I want to go even further during swimming and see how far I can actually go, like competition wise. See if I can go to nationals and maybe beyond that.
Yeah, COVID certainly helped me realize how much I love swimming just as a sport, and how much I enjoy being in the water. So yeah, I want to stick at it for as long as I can, improve myself as much as I can, and see how we go.
Now, you mentioned about dry land just a moment ago during COVID times. I guess how difficult was that to go from, fully training in the pool to onto dry land?
We actually did have a little bit of a break before we went straight to dry land. So when COVID first hit and we started doing all dry land, we went from we had this break period where we kind of just, everything was up in the air. It was all unorganized. We didn't know what we were going to do. And then coming back at the dry land, it wasn't like we just went from full on fitness to then complete bringing it down. It was more of, it targeted different sort of groups. Like when you're swimming in the pool, you're not fully working on your muscles and your stretching and all that. You're more of just focusing on your aerobic endurance and all that. So dryland was definitely, it was a different take on the body. So it pushed you in a different way. But at the same time, I could say it was a little bit easier and weirder to do for a while.
Yeah, dryland, I enjoyed it. It was good to stay connected. But yeah, it's very different to swimming. But I got to develop a lot of muscle strength, which you don't necessarily get to do with swimming. You're more working on your aerobic endurance and speed instead of power. So yeah, it was good to work on some other things.
Now, I know that both of you are club captains there at Oasis Otters. What does that mean to both of you?
It means we're supposed to be leaders towards other younger kids, also set examples for them, like basically the role model, the idols, the one that all the little kids look up to and they want to push to become as fast as us and all that. No, if I'm truly being honest, I don't think any of the development squad actually know that we're the captains yet over COVID.
Oh, yeah, club captain is a new experience. It's not something that I ever saw myself doing, but here we go. Yeah, but other than that, it's a learning experience.
I know this is going to sound the most silliest question I'm going to ask, but how special is to do it with each other as club captains?
Yeah, it is just two friends being captains,
Yeah.
What does the sport of swimming mean to both of you, especially being at Oasis Otters?
Well, swimming is like the second home. You get to come into the pool, you get to train with everyone else, and you get to basically you get to zone out from everything else that's happening around you. You can have all this stuff happening at home, worry about school, homework, work, all that. When you come into the pool, it's just swimming. You're in there to swim. Sometimes you get to have a good time with some of the people there. get to have a good laugh every now and then. But it's good to clear your mind of everything.
Yeah, it's a good place to step back from normal daily life and to work hard with other people who have the same mindset. And yeah, squad's like my second family, so yeah, it's good to spend time working hard with each other. Yeah.
Do you have any future ambitions in the sport, long and short term?
Short term right now is just trying to, because state long course is only a couple of weeks away. My goal right now is to get the national time. So I want to qualify for nationals during the state competition. That's my short goal. Long goal is try and if I get into nationals, try and get into there and then try and make finals for national. That would be a long goal for me, long-term goal.
Yeah, I'm a little different. So my short-term goal would be making state long course times. I haven't managed to do it quite yet. And then long-term would definitely be a national time.
And what is that national time, Brady, that you're trying to get?
So the one would be for the 100-meter freestyle. I got to try and get a 56. And then for my 200 backstroke, I need to get a 103.
And how close are you to getting that?
Couple seconds off. So that's why I got a couple weeks to absolutely push myself. But I haven't done any long course competition yet. So it's time to see where we're at. And so I got the qualifying meet that's supposed to be in 2 days. That's to see where I'm at, and then long course state where I try and make the time. That's the goal right now.
Yeah, Grace, you mentioned before that obviously your focus is to obviously with state and obviously then for nationals. What are the times that you're trying to beat?
For me, 100 freestyle would be a 102. I'm a couple of seconds off that one, but I'm not able to do breaststroke at the moment, so I'm putting those ones on hold.
How important has your family and your parents been to your swimming journey so far?
It's definitely been good because family's been a big support. They're definitely the ones that can help drive you. They're the ones that are always there for you. You know, you have a bad day swimming or at training, at competition, they'll help you. They'll help you back on your feet, and then you can get straight back into it again and push harder.
Yeah, my family's definitely been a big support. They're probably my number one big fans. So yeah, they help me with everything. They're always there for me, pushing me harder. So yeah.
What's your favorite one, and what's your personal best time?
Well, favorite one would probably be the 100 back for me. Time would be around the 109, 110.
Yeah, for me, I love 200 breaststroke, and my PB would be around a 259, I think.
What would be your advice to our listeners and viewers that should get involved in swimming, especially down there at Oasis Otters Swimming Club?
First off, you got to come into it not expecting to win straight away, because you're probably not. But it's definitely good experience to get into the sport. It's fun, and you get to, especially at Otters, training methods that we use is very effective. And if you have the mindset that you want to go far, the determination, and you push hard in training, you will go far. That's how swimming works.
Yeah, just give it a go. Small failures are not the end of the world. So just keep trying, push yourself as hard as you can, and always keep working towards your goals.
Now let's finish up with a couple of light-hearted questions as well. But before I do that, tell us a bit about your amazing coaches there at Oasis Otters.
Well, the only coach that I usually have is James, the head coach. He's the one that usually teaches some of the juniors, I think. Mainly does state and the target national squad. He's probably the coach that's going to push you the hardest. So he's definitely a very good coach if you want to go far in training. And he definitely, I don't know how to put this, but it's like he always knows what's wrong with your stroke. I don't know how he does it, but it's like he's definitely perfected looking at it. Because no matter what I do, something's wrong.
Yeah, he always pushes us as hard as we can go. Never lets us put in half effort. So it's always 100%.
Now let's finish up with a couple of light-hearted questions about your team and your squad there at Oasis Otters. Any comedians in your squad?
That goes to Tofi, hands down.
Yeah, Tofi.
And then it's just he's the comedian in the squad.
Yeah, 100% Tofi.
Any good singers and dancers we should know about?
Tofi would be a good dancer. Definitely see him dance every now and then. I don't know if his vocals match though.
Yeah, we're swimmers. We're not dancers.
Oh, I was so waiting for that. For that response. Now, anyone into their TikToks?
Oh no, nah, TikTok, no, not a chance.
No.
I'm definitely not it.
Anyone in the squad into their TikToks?
I would believe there would be a couple swimmers, maybe a couple of development squads. Concerning the seniors, maybe I reckon Tofi would, if I'm being honest. I think he used to do it.
Yeah.
Do both of you have a pre-competition superstition or ritual?
It would always be, I always have like an order so just before I get to the block, when I still have my jacket on, I put my goggles on, then my cap on, then I take my jacket off, I walk to the block, and if I'm not doing backstroke, I always move the block back, and I always smack the block a couple times, and then I smack my chest. That's how it goes.
Yeah, I don't have any. I'm not a superstitious person, so none of that sort of thing really works with me.
Then we'll finish off with these last two. Do either of you have a pump-up song before any competition?
Oh. No, I just got my mix, is what I like to say. It's just full of a bunch of random songs that I like in the moment.
Yeah, anything that's got a fast beat works for me. Lots of guitar music. I like guitars.
Or just anything that gets me in the zone, that makes me focus.
Yeah.
Do either of you have any embarrassing moments throughout your swimming journey, and what was it?
Oh, all right. Well, I got one. So maybe a couple years ago, I believe, I had a morning session, yeah, and then I was doing a tumble turn, right, and I've done it, and then I felt this rip on the back of my bathers, and there's a massive rip right on the crack. Now, at first I was like, oh, what do I do? And I believe James then said to me after I stopped, he was like,
I forgot about this.
No, I'll just stop there.
Yeah, I've completely forgot about that one.
I can't top that. No. Cannot top that. Yeah. I've had my embarrassing moments, but nothing quite as special as that one.
Oh, but both of you, thank you so much for getting up your time to join us. It's awesome having both of you on the show. Obviously, best of luck at, of course, coming up with state nationals coming up, and let's hope, of course, it all goes well with hopefully some great results, and obviously getting your personal best times coming up.
Cool.
Right.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
No worries. And that's Brady and Grace there. Of course, the club captains there at the Oasis Otters Swimming Club. And of course, if you want to get involved down at the Oasis Otters, of course, we'll put all the details up on how you can go about getting involved down there, of course, throughout in the next couple of days or so. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.